This is the upstairs home canal. This one, as this whole map, not a lot is probably changes just because of how small the map actually is. Not a lot really can change. But you're gonna reinforce these three walls. This is where your wall now goes. Tube is also good here. Keep this wall closed as long as possible. Like kid tube here is really good. You have two ACOGs upstairs. That's really good. So I don't know, pretty simple. Footholes here for anyone walking on. Over here, footholes for this. Same reason is if you have a Cade or a tube tricking right here and they're pushing Skybridge, this gives you really good angles and a really good way for you to fight and contest anyone pushing up. If you put head holes here, it's really easy for them to either come to this right here and then look straight at you, or walk and even creep all the way over here and crouch under your head holes and you don't see them. It gives them a lot of ways that they can peek just by crouching, and they can sneak on you really easy. So the footholes makes it a lot scarier for them. The amount of times I see people try and prone and fight this, and like the person sitting over there just gets a free kill is kind of crazy. But you have high holes through both of these walls, because then anyone using an ACOG or anyone really can contest Skybridge from here in sight. Reinforce the four corners, that way they don't just open it up from the windows and now sight is completely cut in half. That's why this right here is actually why I think this site kind of sucks. It's like the biggest downfall to this site. I think Habana, if no one is playing in the hallways and you get this open with Habana, it's really easy to just execute up top green and then plan here. Because let's say you open this anywhere with Habana, you get one over here and one over here, for instance. And then probably this one like right here on this wall. So you're gonna get all of those open with Hamano, and then you have lots of lines to cut off rotations, and it's really easy for someone to just come in and plan on this rack right here. Or them just to play top green and get a plant down that way. Another plant for this take would be over here in this corner. But this one, I think it's a little harder to get down probably than if you just have two windows and then one top green and then like a planted here. I think is what your ideal execute would look like. But I guess that's why you had to reinforce all this off. It's a huge like reinforcement suck. This one is so someone can actually sit in this area if needed. I think mute. There's a very strong chance, or like a strong case for mute. Just so Habana can't get the wall without any sort of EMPs, and you have four, and it actually could be beneficial to put all four in mute trick this area just to keep them from getting the windows open, or bringing Habana and getting this corner open with Habana. That is like pretty much the only reason I'd recommend mute. You can also just kind of play close in this area with your shotgun, or you can play close on this doorway with your shotgun, and you can lob a C4 all the way over there if you need to. Like a really good way to deny plant over there to catch people off guard is to sprint across this and then C4 from up here. Or even if they are planting behind that, you can go up here. Ooh, I fucked it up. I'm not dumb. So go up on this. Oh, I can't get it now. Might have fucked it up. Okay, make it higher than I did, by the way. Good idea to make it higher. But anyways, if you get up there, you can see over to anyone planting in this area. Because, like, obviously, maybe if they're pressed up all the way against me, you can see them, but then you just toss the C4 to force them off of it. So you get options. There we go. Yeah, you can see, like, all of that right there. So if they plant far, you'll be able to see them. If not, you just toss your C4. It's kind of dangerous going for the C4 from up there, but it does catch people off guard. So you can toss it to scare them off the plant, and then when they stand up, you can shoot them. But just be aware that this is something you can do and use right here. Not a lot of people know about this, but it's kind of niche. You don't really need to use that in any strat or anything, just be aware of it. But a zombie top green, by far the best. You can put one here to play off of over and over again. If you need to get back to the site, you can throw it on the desk to block the window over there. It'll even let you like push up 90. You could throw it on this barrier right here and then either peek this or peek down over there. So that's really good. So I'd have your Azami top green ideally. Second best, Warden deployable. just so they don't just throw yings from downstairs or from the windows. But I think by far Zombie is the best to play there. I think for Skybridge hold, I think this is the best clash site in the game, just because of how strong holding Skybridge with clash is. They're all funneled to you. So if you have a clash just sitting here stalling for time, make them have to bring stuff to clear you and stuff like that, then clash here is really good. Also, late round, if they get breach open, then you can back up and you can kind of play right here in this area. Kind of just stay on your toes, looking left and looking right, and you can stall a lot of time for a plan going down on over there for default, and you can stall the push on Skybridge. So clash here is so good. I think clash is first pick here. It will also waste bans if you take clash here. They will most likely, if you do it right and you play clash well, it will most likely say clash ban right after that, so that doesn't happen again, and that'll leave like a Cade or Zombie or Roni up on the board, like one of those 3 ops, or like I guess Mira will probably get banned first. So if they ban Mira and clash, then you have a lot of wiggle room to work with. So I think clash here is really good. So clash in this area, Cade Tube, Mute, and a Zombie would probably be the best operators for the site. You could flex the Mute if you don't think they're going to try and hub on at these windows. Anything on this side too, as long as you have a Zombie playing top green, you can shoot off. So maybe there's an argument for that, but this one right here, you want to keep close. Because obviously you get that, no one can play in this site. Or if they do play site, you're like, I don't even know where you'd stand. That's really safe if they get that wall. Mute, also just put them at like the top of the stairs to block drones from coming in. You can put on Skybridge to block drones from getting through. You can kind of just lock down all their drone work with the Mute jammers. So Mute is really good here just because of how funneled the engagements are. And how funneled like the dronage is. So that's a good option. A Rooney DMR is gonna fuck up here if you need a Rooney DMR. But you already have Tube DMR, right? So it's like that's your DMR here. But a Rooney isn't a bad extra option. Jaeger isn't bad here if you want to play right here, put your ADSs on it, and then it catches Capitale bolts or anything flying over here. Same thing with Wamai is going to be good for that. Even Smoke. Smoke can kind of just tuck up right here and kind of wait people out with the shotgun. Second if you close. Just pop shot with your shotgun, and obviously you have the smokes. You can throw them at the ceiling from back here. You just gotta be careful of your window being open, because they can be sitting right there. If you're smoke, but you can just like peek up duress smokes, peek up shotgun. Just don't get too aggressive here, because they'll like to push up on this and try and like get angles onto the site with this. So you gotta be careful of that. But those are some decent options here. But again, I think the best is Cade, Tube, Clash, Mute, Zombie. If they ban Mia first, like that is like lock that in, because that is going to be super strong here. This is the best clash site in the game probably. I can't think of another good one off the top of my head. Yeah, probably the best clash site in the game. So that alone can win you the round, just having a clash here and being able to white stick lock with clash. If we run into them playing clash here, I would take Deimos and just go under, take under, and just try and Deimos a clash under. You have the 2 nades on Deimos. You can try and get a nade in a floorboard wherever they're playing, and do that. Or we could bring Nomad and Capitale. Those are also good options to deal with the clash. If you get a Nomad like somewhere in this area to knock them over, Capitale you can just send it back here to clear out anyone playing over here. If you just stick it on the roof. Obviously, you got a good wall. That's your therm. That's your ace. You should have a Habana up here again, because getting this open and getting this open is so strong. So you should definitely get the Habana for that. The reason you have this rotate, I didn't mean to open this hatch. It should just be left closed, just so you can kind of play off of the desk a little more, if need be. So try to keep the hatch closed, not a big deal. If not, you'll just have to be careful of that. But the reason to rotate here is so that if you go to shoot anything off the wall, or you go to rotate and contest top green dot, you aren't just visible to the window. And here you are safe, so that's why the rotate goes here. There's actually, even if you're to put this wall, you will be seen all the way down Skybridge. But if you open this wall, then you will be seen all the way from outside So there's no good way to get this rotated. This is also why Zombie's so strong, because you can safely throw your keyboards and push up behind them and play off of it like that. That is why I would highly recommend the Zombie play this area. Also because you can like put them here to play off in this area and stand here. So Zombie's by far the best here. So take them. We should probably go here first before all the bands come in, and then just fill in the gap later for what we do. Even though I don't think this is the best bomb site, I just think that you can put up a very good fight if you have the correct operators to do so. So that is what I would do for this bomb site. Pretty simple and straightforward. Kanal's going to be simple and straightforward because, again, it's so small. There's really not a lot of ways you can work with it or swap it up. And all of the angles from outside kind of make this map attacker-sided. But that is what I do up here. Pretty simple. You just have 5 people up top. Cade or Tube, late round, if like wall gets open, it's not a bad idea just to open hatch and go down and play under with your C4. Some good C4 spots. Obviously, you can just drop and put it right here for a default plant. Another one would be right here in this corner. That is like once they get up to the table on Skybridge, you could just throw in here. Once they get up to this table, if you have one right in this corner, that kills anyone that's pushed up. So that's another good one to have in mind. If you have someone that can bring like a bulletproof camera or anything like that out of those options, then you can place it on this right here, and you don't want people push up or they'll have to clear it. So that's like a really good bulletproof cam spot to play off of the C4s. You can also, if you get it high enough, you can see over this into sight, which also makes it really good. I don't know if any operators I recommend have a bulletproof cam. I think that it is worth checking just because of how good that bulletproof cam is. So, but that is what I do for up here. Yeah, this map blows.